Hey guys, it's Hinesh here again from CAROBOT, and this is part 2 of the DJ Soundboard project. In this video, I'll be showing you how to create a program and how to upload it onto your Swiss cheese board using CarduBlock. Stay tuned. Before we begin, you'll first need to download CarduBlock and install the Swiss cheese library. Head to carobot.org and under Resources, click Installing CarduBlock EDU and the Swiss cheese library. Then follow the instructions on screen to add the CarduBlock software to your Arduino IDE. Once everything's been installed and your USB has been connected, first click Tools, then make sure your board is connected and says Arduino Uno. Then make sure your port has been connected correctly as well. After you've done that, you can then launch CarduBlock EDU to open up the program builder. In this video, we'll be using these 4 buttons to play the notes G, A, B, and C on our buzzer, and using the potentiometer to raise the sound of the notes from the 3rd scale to the 5th scale. The goal of our program is to make our 4 buttons play the notes G, A, B, and C at the 3rd scale frequencies, and then being able to change them to the 5th scale frequencies using our potentiometer. The following flowchart shows how the program will work. The first thing you'll want to do is create 4 variables for your notes. Go into Variables and Constants and grab the Set Integer and Variable block. The next thing you want to do is grab this value, delete it, and then go to Math Operators, go to Map, place that, and then go into CAROBOT Swiss cheese, grab a potentiometer, and place that in the volume notch. The reason we use the map variable is because the range of the potentiometer is 0 to 1023 by default, but we want it to be the range of our notes. The map variable reassigns the value of the potentiometer, and that is then stored in our note variables. The next thing we'll do is clone this block 3 times so that you have 4 of them, and then connect them all and place them inside your loop. From here, you want to name each note to G, A, B, and C. So we'll name this variable G, we'll name this one A, we'll name this one B, and we'll name this one C. We can already see that the input here is set to input 0 for the potentiometer. The next thing we'd want to do is to change the value of these 2 values. We want to start off with the first note tone for G, which will be 195, and then we want to increase it so that we can go to the 5th scale, which is 783. We'll do the following again for the next notes. So for A it's 220 and it goes to 880. For B, 246 and it goes to 987, and for C it's 261 and it goes to 1047. I'll provide a picture of the scales and you can choose whatever notes you'd like to include in your own soundboard. Once we have that done, the next thing we want to do is go to Control, grab an if block, place that, go to CAROBOT and Swiss cheese, grab a button block, place that inside the test notch, and then we also want to grab a buzzer with the milliseconds included, so not this one, we want to grab this one. So we include that, and then we want to duplicate that 3 times as well, or clone it. Once we've cloned it, we'll join them together and place them in our loop. So basically this means if the button is pressed, then we'll have the buzzer tone. The next thing we want to do is change the pin numbers for each of the buttons. So we know that the potentiometer was connected to input 0. The blue button is connected to input 1. The green button is connected to input 2. The yellow button is connected to input 3. and the red button is connected to input 4. And the pin number for the buzzers are all the same. We already know it's connected to output 0. The next thing we want to do is grab these frequency values and delete them. And then we'll want to go into variable and constant, grab an integer block and clone that as well. And then we'll want to place those in place of the frequency. And now once that's done, we'll change the variable names to the variable names of each of these integer variables that we've set up. So we'll start with the blue button, which is associated with the note G, the green button, which is associated with the note A, the yellow button, which is associated with the note B, and the red button, which is associated with the note C. Then we'll want to change the duration of each buzzer tone. So we don't want it to be playing for a second, we want it to be playing for less. So we'll change it to 200 milliseconds. So we'll do that the same for each. Okay, once that's done, our program is complete. And now all we have to do is save this file as CAROBOT_keyboard, or you can name it DJ_soundboard. Save that file and then upload it to your Arduino board. If you run into errors, you'll want to check if your port and board are connected properly. And yeah, as you'll see here, it has finished uploading, so it should work now. After you've finished uploading your program to your board, you'll be able to play the notes G, A, B, and C at the 3rd scale, turning your potentiometer all the way counterclockwise. You'll be able to play the notes G, A, B, and C at the 5th scale, and turning your potentiometer anywhere in between will allow you to make random sounds and notes with your 4 buttons. And that's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed that project. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video.